that we are live. Let's get a couple of people in here. Forward this email over. All right, so we got 6 people. If you guys, hey, what's going on? If you guys have any real estate questions, let me know. Try something a little bit new here. I'm going to shut the door. I would definitely like the music to play, but definitely will get monetized. What's going on? Showing much love. I appreciate that. What's the best area for the market? Renting condos in Henderson. You know, as a real estate agent, we can't say this is a good area or this is a bad area. That's considered steering. The best way to do it is to actually come out here and take a look at the surrounding areas. We actually have about 400 square miles, and that is with the city of Las Vegas, unincorporated Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and also Henderson. So the best thing to do is to really come out here and get your boots strapped and start looking around. That's the best way to do it. Okay, let's see. Let's file this. You know, I'm just going to delete this. We're going to go. You're welcome. Let's see here. You are the best. Thank you. I appreciate it. First of all, great job. Fantastic work doing this. I'm far away from Germany. Hey, you know what? I actually did a deal from a client from Germany. And he was actually an attorney. He was a military attorney for I think it was the Army, I think it was. And he was actually stationed out in Korea, and his wife was actually in Germany. You know, actually, we did a transaction via email only. I've never met the guy, and it was a very unique transaction. So keep in mind that's one of the services that we do provide. Is if you are buying a property from out of state or out of the country, we can definitely help you out and literally walk you through the process. It's not hard with the technology today and the camera equipment that we have. We can definitely help you out. I'm gonna file this. Who's this under? When am I visiting Blue Heron? When they actually have a new model. They do have some properties that are being built. I normally like to walk the properties when they're fully complete, so they don't really have that much that is complete, but they do have a new project up here in the Henderson side, McDonald Ranch. Full shirt views. I love it. It's like one of the coolest things ever. So I definitely will show you guys that one day. Will I do any high rises? Yes, I will do some high rises. There are a few requests. Just keep in mind, I always get a lot of requests, so I try to add that in. However, we've been overwhelmed with the type of properties that people want. But high rises right now, they're really not moving as quickly as they should be. Majority of your high rises, you definitely have to pay cash. So just keep that in mind. But I do like the high rises. I just like the view. Enjoy watching your videos and love the way you explain everything. Thank you. From Trinidad. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for the support, guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys kind of get to see the boring stuff. Chuck is for president 2020. Oh, thanks, man. All right. I love your videos. They're very therapeutic, basically, and don't know why, huh? You know what's so funny is like some of these channels I watch, it is very therapeutic. You just get addicted to certain channels. Best Realtor and a fan from Georgia. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Love watching your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Domingo. So I've been very busy. Didn't really have the time to go out and shoot some video footage for you guys. I do apologize. But there will be some videos coming out as well. I may release one today, just kind of, the daily grind of what we do. All you guys really do get to see the fun stuff as far as, looking at houses. But that's only about 10% of the work. 90% of the work is actually more the paperwork, keeping the deal together, holding everybody accountable. And that's a lot of stuff that people don't really see behind the scenes. And a lot of people think you just go out and you buy a home and that's it. And that's not how it works when it comes to real estate. There's so many things that you need to know as a buyer out here in Las Vegas, and the things that you really need to look out for. And you really want to buy a home the right way, the smart way. Receive completed. Okay, nice. Ooh. Okay, so move to. Oops, reply to all. It is kind of hot today. I said it was like 60 something degrees, but man, in my office it's hot because it just bakes on this side. It's crazy. Take off the sweater here. You guys have any questions for me? Real estate questions? Give a shout out today to Domingo and Brian from the Bay. We just purchased the property, went under contract, so we're gonna check that out. So shout out to you guys. Probably gonna take you guys on the tour. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the comments. Let's see here. For some of you guys don't know, my lovely wife, Jessica, please file this. My wife is also a licensed agent here in the state of Nevada. She manages all our files. Swipe this out of the way here. How do you become an agent? A lot of people, I just want to start off with this. If you're thinking about becoming a licensed real estate agent, it's not easy, okay? A lot of people think that you can just sell a home. Selling homes, it's more to it than that. A lot of people, especially in this industry out here in Las Vegas, we have over about 18,000 agents. And you'll see that you mostly do same deals with the same agents, the top 100 agents. And it really comes down to just getting business. And that's your business, is really getting business. And I would say this type of business is more for entrepreneurs. So you definitely have to have the drive. So you could definitely do it. You just got to do it, that's all. Let's see here. Any schooling needed? Yeah, you definitely have to go to school for it. I think there's a certain amount of hours you got to get licensed with the real estate division, obviously, but you'll have to take a test at a national and also at a local level too as well. Now, it will take you a few years to learn the ins and outs. I'm interested in becoming a loan officer. Okay, well, if you're interested in becoming a loan officer, and if you're going to be licensed out here, we definitely like to do business with you. In addition to that, if you need a mentor, I have a good lender that could actually help you out. He's also a friend and also a lender that is very good, well known in the business. Let's see here. What am I going to do with this thing? Hopefully it's saved. We're moving out there soon. What is the best areas to start looking? Okay, so that's actually a very good question. So what's going to happen here is, if you're planning on purchasing a home out here and you're in the transition, the first thing that you need to do, and this is for the serious buyers out there, the first thing that you really need to do is to give me a call. That's important. The reason why you need to give me a call is so that way I can set you up for success. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times people would actually come out here, quit their job, and they think they can get financed to buy a home if you're going to be doing the financing part. Sorry. So you definitely don't want to do that, because you want to transition out here, and you... Okay. Got all these emails coming into my phone, so I do apologize. So basically, if you're going to be buying a home out here, the first thing that you need to do is actually contact a local lender and find out exactly what you'll actually be qualified for, what type of programs you're going to go with. So that way now you actually have a base, and you can see what your comfort level as far as the price, right? Now when you contact me, what I'll actually do is send you properties based upon your purchase price and also your monthly comfort level, right? Now, when I start sending you properties, I'm going to send you properties throughout the whole Las Vegas Valley, okay? Right now, it's very important to actually do the research of what's going on. Now, when you actually do come out here and you set up an appointment, what we're going to do is take a look at all the homes throughout the Las Vegas Valley based upon what you're looking to purchase, what your price point is. So that way we can take a look at every single community, because what you'll see is every single community, neighborhood, master plan community will have something to offer you different as far as the vibe, the type of living, okay? In addition to that, you may go to one neighborhood, one community, you may not like what they have to offer versus another community. Another compensating factor, the reason why we do this is because what you'll see is that based upon your purchase price, the price per square foot. So when you're buying a home, you always want to use this as a barometer, price per square foot. You may go out to the Northwest and it's $155 a square foot or $160 a square foot on a brand new home versus Summerlin, $240 a square foot. But now you can see what type of home you can buy for $240 a square foot versus $140 a square foot, $150 a square foot. And that's how you collect your data and you really weigh your pros and cons. Because one of the things that I always get a lot is, from buyers out of state is, always put me in Summerlin. But they come out here and they realize Summerlin is not the only best place to actually live. So just keep that in mind. Let me swipe this thing up here, okay? So hopefully that answers your question there. Who truly owns the home or the land in the community? You actually own the land and also the home. A lot of people are under the impression that the HOA controls everything. Here's the thing, the HOA doesn't control anything basically. It's just you're buying a home within an HOA community and there's rules to it. Now the HOA doesn't really tell you what to do. It's basically a rules of bylaws that was created. Now these rules and bylaws that were created, let's just say you're buying in a master plan community or a neighborhood that has 130 units. Within that 130 units, all the homeowners will elect a president, a treasurer, and a secretary, right? Those three people are the people will say yay or nay, okay? And what I mean by that is the HOA is actually the HOA actually hires a third-party company that actually does all the paperwork, that actually does all the ground and all the legwork. If something comes up with the HOA, those three parties will elect to say yes, go ahead and move forward with the fine, or go ahead and send out a second notice, give them a chance. So it's not those three people that are actually running it, and the three people that are actually running it actually live in your community. Also, one of the things that you may want to consider, and I've done this before, I used to be the president of my HOA, however, I'm just no longer the president because I just don't have the time, and I want somebody to actually have the time. But every 24 months they will elect a new person for the HOA board. So if that's something that you know, you're thinking about doing, I would highly recommend that you do it for experience to see actually how things work. But don't be misled where, you know, they're telling you what to do, because it's not like that whatsoever. As long as you play by the rules, you're good to go. Also, one of the benefits about living in a property within an HOA community, it actually really maintains the value of your community, believe it or not. Okay. Let's see here. Why is this thing not saving? Let's get this document saved. Okay, let's go ahead and hit save. Save docs. Desktop. Okay. Forward this over. You may have to ask your questions more than once because I may not see your question. Oh, I just lost that question. Would you build a pool versus having a community pool? You know, I actually had that option. I prefer a community pool just due to the fact that there's too much carrying costs with a pool. I mean, I'm not going to clean the pool myself, but you can get pool guys out there for $100 a month where they actually put the chemicals in the pool. In addition to the chemicals, they'll come out on a weekly basis to maintain everything. That's more of a personal preference. You know, I would rather just save that $100 a month. In the community pool, I've probably used it about, I would say maybe about less than a handful of times, and I've been there for a few years now. Let's see here. Let's see. Love your channel, brother. I wish someone in California to make the videos just like you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So I guess I got a question, something about if you want to do a new construction with a 2-bedroom. There are some model homes out there, or actually some developers out there will actually build you a 2-bedroom home. However, you're probably better off doing a 2 bedrooms with a den, but that den actually has a closet, and also you do the framing for the den as far as the French doors. Because should you decide to sell the property in the near future, you want to convert that over to a 3rd bedroom. You are going to get more value by that. In addition to that, when you sell the property, normally everybody will set up their search based upon a 3-bedroom and up, not a 2-bedroom and up. What's going to happen is if you do a 2-bedroom and up, your demographics of buyers are going to minimize. So just keep that in mind. Let's get hired off here. What do you guys think about the live chats here? You think this is something that I should continue to do, or where the best custom homes located? The best custom homes, it really just depends. First of all, you got to start off with the area. Second of all, it really depends on the type of builder that you want to go with. There are semi-custom builders, and there are some other builders out there that will build a knockoff product that looks like it's custom. So I've gotten so used to where I can actually walk into a home and I can really take a look at it if they're just using shitty ass materials. You just have to have an eye for it. But you know, just looking at a bunch of homes, you can tell. And if you're planning on purchasing a home out here, you know, just work with a realtor that, you know, really deals with a lot of new homes, and they can definitely help you out with that. But also, you don't want to overpay too as well. What community is more popular, Inspirada or Southern Highlands? That's a very good question. Now, here's the thing. You know, that just really comes down to preference. just really depends what you want in a community. Like what I realized with Inspirata, it's more of an outdoor type of living. You don't really have that much of a backyard, I notice, and you spend most of your time outside in the parks, walking your dog or, playing basketball. So it's like one big shared community. I've noticed that Southern Highlands, they're all a bunch of neighborhoods that are gated, but on the outside of that, within the master plan, there's nice walking trails, a lot of trees and stuff like that. So it just really depends on what you want, what you're looking for. Also, I was thinking about getting a lender on the show too as well, or these live chats, and answering any questions that you guys may have. What is the ideal ceiling height? A lot of builders now are actually moving to 10-foot ceilings. However, just make sure when you're walking through the new home and you're looking at it and you're going to buy that home, you want to clarify, does it actually come with 10-foot ceilings? Sometimes you'll have 9-foot ceilings, on the second floor. However, if you don't ask these questions, you may only get a 8-foot ceiling. Now, you may have the option to go up and do the 10-foot ceiling or the 9-foot ceilings, on the second floor. But if you do a 10-foot ceilings on the second floor, you have an 8-foot door. It's just not going to look right. So you might want to, have a higher door, I guess. What? Hey, what's going on? Any restrictions when it comes to building a basement? You know what? You just got to get it permitted from the county if you're going to build a custom home. There are a lot of custom home builders out here, and this is homes that are like 4 or 5 million, that they'll have like a 30, 40 garage. But yeah, I mean you could, but you just got to get it permitted. However, there's a lot of new home tracks that don't do it. So just keep that in mind. And the reason why is because it costs us too much money. Okay, come on. As far as a new home builder, which do you prefer, Pulte, Lennar, or... You know what, it just really depends. Depends on the project, the location, the design. There's so many compensating factors when it comes to that. I like Toll Brothers, but man, they're expensive as hell. Pulte, I do like Pulte. Sometimes they use knockoff stuff. It just depends, and that's just a personal preference. Pardee, I noticed Pardee's moving into like the more mid-century type of modern type of home. I do like their product. Again, it just depends on what you use. Woodside is actually a good builder too, but you got to watch out for Woodside because sometimes they'll use certain items, but just keep in mind you can always upgrade too as well. But they're more on a lower cost scale, but they make it look modern, which is I'm okay with, and I do like that. What builders would you avoid? There's really no builders that I would avoid. It just really depends. Again, it depends on the location and what you're paying for your money and what actually comes with that product. You don't like KBs. You know what? There's really nothing wrong with KB homes. It's just depending on the product that you're buying. And that just comes down to the location. Island Reggae, yeah, that's what I'm playing. Builders refund the deposits if you can't get financing. Certain builders will. Normally it's about 25 days. There's a contingency on the financing. If you use their lender and they can't get financed, normally they'll release you from the contract, and that you'll get back the EMD. But however, your structural options and your options that you'll pick, you'll have to do it within 21 days. Some builders may request 50% down, $10,000 down, but however, you won't get that back. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why it's very important that you go through the process and get fully approved. You don't have to go through the builder. What do you guys think about this live YouTube chat? Let me know in the comments, please. Is this something I should do once a week and answer questions, or? What upgrades are worth it from the builder? What are not worth it to buying from the builder? That's actually a very good question. There's certain things that I would do. Installation, all the electrical work. Some of the things that you definitely want to do, because the builder will warrant you on those major items. And some things the builder won't warrant you on, but you definitely want the warranty from the builder. You don't want to come back and redo certain things yourself. Now you lost that warranty. You definitely want to do the plumbing, the electrical. Sometimes it's even worth just doing the flooring. I want to be a realtor one day, so how do I do all, including the filming and all the stuff? It's going to be very hard. It's not easy. You definitely have to have a team. What's for lunch? Oh, well, today I actually ate something that was not that great, but it was fast food, McDonald's, and it was a chicken sandwich. How are the condos doing sales in Las Vegas? If you're talking about high-rise, it is definitely slow. There's about 500 high-rises. Condos, they're actually moving quickly. A lot of investors will actually buy condos right now, because the average condo right now is about $220, and a lot of them are actually just paying cash. Your market house under 300. The median price point right now for a house out here is 300,000 at this time. Market has gone up. I think we're about 11 point, almost 5% already at this point. Question: which was the better to buy, new or pre-owned? If you take a look, as far as price per square foot, pre-owned is actually probably the way to go. There are pros and cons to it, because on a resale home, you will actually pay fair market value. So if you sold it today, decide to sell it tomorrow, you'll get the appraisal, you know what you can sell it for. On a brand new home, if you sell it today, if you buy it today, decide to sell it tomorrow, you're probably already underwater about 20%. So that tells me that based upon our economy today, we've gone up about 11.5%. You're probably gonna have to, weather the storm and stay within the home within 2 years just to get your money back, or just to break even. And also, that doesn't even include the fees if you hire a realtor, and also escrow, title, and all those other fees. Okay. Also, what I noticed with a brand new home, you actually come more out of pocket, cash out of pocket, to get the deal done. On a resale, you're basically just coming down with your down payment and also the appraisal and the home inspection. So if you're strapped for cash, then maybe a resale. On a brand new home, you're just coming out with more money. Okay. What's nice about a brand new home, you get to customize your brand new home. So that's the benefits. What is the best house to buy if you're 19? Let me tell you this. If I was 19, then I could do it all over again. And, you know, kudos to you for thinking about this. I only got into the investment game for, actually I only got into real estate for one reason, and it was to actually invest in real estate. So if I was 19 and I got my first loan, which is an FHA, Federal Housing Administration, it's actually not a loan, it's a backed up insurance company by the feds. So what I would do is utilize this, because for a single family residence for that type of loan, you can buy up to 4 units. So you can actually buy a fourplex. So the first thing I would do is actually get qualified, get an FHA, take advantage of the situation, and go out and find a fourplex. I would live in one because that's the requirement, and the rest of the units, I would rent out the rest of the units. So that way my mortgage is being paid, and also I'm actually making cash flow. That's what I would do. Then the next step from there, I would actually buy another 4 unit, another 4 unit, another 4 unit. Because on a traditional loan for single family residence, you can get up to 10 properties. Then at that point, I would actually build a real estate portfolio. So think about this. Within, 8 years or less, you would accumulate 40 units. So imagine having 40 units at $550 a piece. That's $123,000 or something like that a year in passive income. And that's what I would do. And that's my personal opinion, okay? Dude, you lost my business. Why? Part of having live chat is to read the questions, not pick and choose. Well, I mean, there's so many questions that's popping up, and I'm also doing some work, so I do apologize. I did mention earlier that you'll have some questions that I can't read quick enough, but just keep posting the same questions, man, or you can also give me a call. I mean, don't hate on me because of that, man. Come on now. We're on the same team here. I want to share something with you guys. We're actually under contract on a home, on a resale, and we actually did the home inspection, and it looks like there was a lot of things that were coming up with the home, and the home actually looked like there was the drywall, there was errors that were cut out of the drywall. So, the home inspector couldn't tell if the home had flooded or not. And I finally received the SRPD, and within the SRPD, the seller basically disclosed there was actually nothing wrong with the property, which is, to me, it just didn't really make any sense, and it made me feel uncomfortable. And we actually canceled out of the deal. As much as I don't want to cancel out of the deal, as an agent, it's really our job, our duty to really look at the property. And when we have those gut feelings like, hey, I don't think we should move forward, then we shouldn't actually move forward. But by gathering all the materials that is required and what we request, we were able to, put the pieces together and to take a look at the picture at the end of the day. And what really came down to it was that the seller wasn't really disclosing what was wrong with the property. But we did cancel out of the deal because I didn't feel comfortable moving forward with the deal. But the moral of the story is that, when you're working with a licensed agent, you definitely want to go through the screening process to make sure they actually know how to purchase a home, what are the laws, what they are actually entitled to, how to fish out and get that documentation that you need, so that way you are buying the correct home without having major problems in the near future. So, believe it or not, sometimes sellers will not disclose what's wrong with the property, but you really have to take a look at the whole picture. You may have to get one piece here, one piece here, one piece here, and kind of figure it out. But that's what we did. So the good news is that we canceled out of this deal, but we got another offer accepted. So Domingo and Brian, congratulations to you on your new home purchase. Will you do a video on the other model 1750? Which model? I'm not too sure what model you're talking about. I'm gonna have to get going here a little bit shortly, just due to the fact that it's kind of hard to read these questions here. Ridgeview. They actually had four models to choose from, but they only had 3 standing models, so I couldn't do the other one. You're horrible, dude. Oh, that's a bummer. Do you guys actually like the live chats? What about the houses that you post on the pic? Will they ever do a video? I think it was private. On a lot of those homes, the owners don't want us to do a live tour. Now, sometimes I can. It just really depends. But yeah, I definitely would love to. So that's something that we are working with as well. So just stay tuned, and we'll definitely get you into those high custom homes. Okay. When will you upload your next video? It's probably going to be in a couple days. I haven't had the time to shoot a video, so I do apologize. Now, if I missed your question, just keep reposting your questions, so that way I can answer the questions that you may have. Can you do apartment penthouses? Oh yeah, definitely. I've had requests, but it seems a lot of times people just want to do single family residence. Hey Chuck, can you do more custom home videos? Yes, I can do custom home videos. I heard the news about North Las Vegas. Is that true? What's wrong with North Las Vegas? Excuse me. I'm gonna have to get going here in a little bit, guys. Let's see here. Oh, what did I just do? What am I working on there? A bunch of emails, trying to get caught up with work. I find it funny that when you do a home and miss a room, okay, at the videos you double back and check. Yeah, I do miss some rooms sometimes because I get so excited. Why don't I do the drone footage anymore? That's actually a very good question. I'm going to start implementing that again. The reason why I don't do the drone footage anymore is because you actually have to have a license. Now it's considered as a commercial pilot license. So that's just another thing that I am currently working on. But I will be working on that while I'm actually on vacation. So that way I can actually bring you some more video footage for you guys and make the videos a little bit better. Okay. No, actually the fault is mine. Take a look at this. Take a look at this voucher. It could tweak this for your client showing the 2000. Nice. Okay. So I've been working on a deal with a marketing manager for a builder. And I mentioned this a couple times. We are finalizing a few things as far as if you actually use this builder, and there's going to be a couple stipulations. But in addition to what we can get as far as closing costs paid for and somewhat of a discount, we can get an extra 1% or up to $2,500 towards an incentive. So I'm actually finalizing this right now. And this is going to be for you and only for you, for my YouTube subscribers here. And I'm trying to get this done with a bunch of builders. So this is something that's going to be very, very exciting here. Okay, so let's see here. HOA resale package. Okay, so let's go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what? Okay, so I gotta send this on HOA. You love SUMMERLIN? SUMMERLIN. Man, we're into this video for 42 minutes. Are they still building in the Henderson, or is Henderson maxing out on their development? That's actually a good question. I wouldn't say they're maxing out. What they're doing is starting to build more out in Inspirata. Phase 1 is done. They're actually building out in Phase 2. And the second master plan community is actually Cadence, which is east of the 95. But I do like the Inspirata area. To me, it's a little bit more closer to the amenities and also the 15 freeway too as well. Best areas for a $2.2 to $3 million resale. That's actually a very good question. When you're buying those type of homes, a lot of things that I take a look at is the location. That's going to be a main factor, because when you're at that price point, these are actually true custom homes. And how it works with a custom home out here, it's all about style, design, what's your flavor. Okay, and what I mean by that is that you don't want to build a $3 million home on a lot that has, let's say 2-3 acres, but you're pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, or the home right next door is only worth $500,000. For me, I would put you in a place where you're going to get that resale in the long run, because a lot of these people that buy these type of homes will stay in the home probably maybe 4 months out of the year. They have other homes and they end up reselling it. So you want to put this home in an area where it's going to retain its value, or should the market crash, at least you guys are all holding together. And location, yes, that is actually a big key. So, I look at places like, the Ridges, Queens Ridge, Askaya. It just really depends too on the type of home that you're building. If you're building more of a traditional type of home, then at that point, Askaya may not be for you. If you're looking for city views and you're going to be building a $5 million home, and that's maybe where you want to be, because again, the location and also the style and the active type of living, because those are the people that you do want to attract to as well. Now I am having a hard time with this HOA, so I'm going to go ahead and inject this and have Jessica deal with it later. Las Vegas is getting pricey. Yeah, you know what it is? I actually wanted to buy some more homes. I should have bought some more homes. Now it's just like crazy. I can't even get anything now at this point. Pricing is just way too high. Like seriously, way too high. What builders would you say compared to Blue Heron? Blue Heron, technically, when they get licensed, they're actually technically are a spec builder. Okay, but they do true custom homes. But when you build a custom home, I would actually prefer to go to a certain architect or a certain designer, because you actually want to have a unique home. Is it not a good time to buy, but I'm looking for a retirement and will reach a financial goal in 2 years? That is going to be more of a personal financial situation, and it really depends where you are at in your life. Now, if you ask me, hey Chuck, would you buy an investment property in today's market? Probably not, because the returns are not there for me. Would I actually go buy another primary residence? Probably not, because it's just priced too high and what I want just doesn't exist. But if this is something that you can foresee yourself in the near future for the next 10, 15, 20 years or retire, then yes, if this is going to be the last home, then yes, go ahead and buy a home. But again, it just comes down to more personal preference. Can you please do a walkthrough in Richmond, America? Yeah, of course I can. Would you ever go to a seminar on home buying? You know what? I used to go to a lot of these seminars, and they're pretty much all the same. What I've realized is they show you all the glitz and glamour, but they don't show you the hard work, the legwork, especially like on wholesaling and stuff like that. It's not easy. It actually costs you money. And a lot of people say it doesn't cost you money, but the question is, your time is valuable. What is your time worth to you? And that's what you have to take a look at. But yeah, sometimes I'll go to these, seminars, or I'm constantly, educating myself, because I always want to progress. You got the best home, my dude. I just watched for the house. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You guys like reggae? I wasn't quite clear on what you were saying about Blue Heron as a builder. Okay, so more of the story is Blue Heron is top notch right now for all the home builders. Blue Heron is more of a track builder. They don't personalize custom one home, and they won't build the same home. So if they built a certain type of home in the Ridges in this model, they could build the exact same type of home out in McDonald Ranch. Okay? A true custom home builder, you would actually get with a certain type of designer, and that designer will only build you that one home, but never build you the exact same home based upon the architectural plans. Okay? Hopefully that made a little bit more sense. But Blue Heron is actually one of my favorite builders. I love their style. How long you been doing this? I've been doing this about, I believe, 9 years, going on 10 years now. My wife, she's been licensed now for about, I think, 3 years, going on 4. Don't remember. It's been some time. Now, I actually came into the real estate market when the market actually crashed. And I didn't even know better. I knew I wanted to get into real estate. And the reason why I wanted to get into real estate was because of the passive income. But it was funny, when I was coming in, everybody was leaving, and everybody was like, Chuck, what the hell are you doing? And I remember the first brokerage that I went to, my broker told me, he said, hey Chuck, if you can actually weather out this storm when the market is good, you're going to do very well. And that really resonated with me, and all I did was work hard, and things are starting to pay off, and the fruits of my labor, I can start to see that. And one of the big things that really played a part was actually you guys, the subscribers out there that actually subscribe to this channel. And I really do appreciate that. You didn't only help me, but you helped me, my friends, and my families, and all the other people I've done business with. So I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And a lot of people will just, you know, give you a shout out to say, hey, thanks for subscribing. But I really want to let you know I really do appreciate you guys. I really, really do. My daughter is actually turning me on to this channel, and I wanted to do what you do. Well, yeah, man, do it. Yo, give it a little shot. What's going on, my man? Is Vegas a good market for fix and flips? I've noticed at one point it was. I don't really do fix and flips and sell. I used to buy properties that were like 18 grand and rehab the shit out of these homes and just rent it out because I'm into the passive income. What passive income is that you buy a property for a certain dollar amount and you're actually making cash flow for life. And that's the only reason why I'm in this business, is because of passive income. Okay? Are they still building in Mountain's Edge? Yeah, they actually are still building in Mountain's Edge. There's a lot of things going on in Mountain's Edge, believe it or not. This contract that we got in today is actually from Mountain's Edge. And I might take you guys on a tour of this home, but this home is actually a pretty nice home. It was only $330,000 and had wood floors. The kitchen is actually on the second floor. The downstairs, you have a full living room, bedroom, bathroom, and actually has a 3-story. It's actually 3 stories. On the top, you have the rooftop deck, which is really nice with the Vegas skyline. So that's always a plus. Do you have any marketed tips for new agents in Clark County area? Not really too sure on your question. It's such a broad question. If you are a new agent, one of the things that I would highly recommend that you do is really learn your market. That's very important. You know, learn the demographics. That's like one of the major keys. So here's actually a good book that I've read from Harry Dent. Now I can't even find it. Oh. Harry Dent. I'm not, these guys ain't sponsoring me, but this is Harry Dent. He's an economist. He does basically on trends and demographics. And this is going to play a key role, especially in housing. What's great about this book, it tells you as far as like the population, like you can actually predict when people are going to spend the most money, when they're going to retire, when they're going to sell their second home. It's actually a really good book. I definitely highly recommend it. Okay. Real estate is hard, but just get started and keep working at it. You're welcome. If you're just tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also that notification button too as well. Also let me know if you do guys like this live Q&A. And also I may bring in a lender. So let me know if you guys have any lending questions. I'm not too sure what that means right there. I think you're asking if I speak Spanish. No, I don't speak Spanish. Do some townhomes. Yes, I definitely have to do some townhomes. You definitely do like the live. Great information. Okay, I definitely will. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I gotta run, but thanks. Hey, no problems. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. I wonder whatever happened to that guy that got upset because I didn't answer his question. Go ahead and post your question. What do you think is the best upgrades to do in a new homes besides the structural and the electrical? The kitchen. Kitchen, you're going to get more bang for your buck, followed up by the bathrooms. Okay? Shout out to my boy out there in Hawaii. He's been following us for some time, so I do appreciate that. Much mahalos. And I will be out there checking you out. Mm, 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 mm. But I'm going to end this video here in the next couple minutes, so go ahead and answer your questions. Can you help people with investment properties? Yes, I definitely can help you with investment properties. It's just depending if you are looking to do a flip. I can't help you with that. I just don't have the time to do the flips. If you're looking for cash flow, just depending on what your ROI is. And if you are looking to build a real estate portfolio, I'm glad you stopped saying soft shuts. Hey, I do listen to you guys out there. Penthouse and apartment stores, yes, Chuck. I can see you again. Please come back. Yeah, I'll do 3-story homes. You know, I actually was thinking about doing a bunch of 3-story homes. Um, American West is actually known for 3-story homes, and that's one thing you'll know with a bunch of builders out here. Builders will actually have a certain niche and a certain market they actually target. What is the starting point to install a pool? Really depends on the type of pool. Yeah, I mean, you can run pools at $40,000 and they can run up to 150. We're doing one right now. It's 150, but it's gonna be completely like decked out. My man, that's good. Hey man, no worries, man. Much love, man. We all on the same team. You know what I mean? Congratulations on 53,000 subscribers. Damn, we already hit 53,000. Last time I checked, we were at what, 51,000. So I just left before I heard the answer to my question. How many line of credits you need to buy a home? It's not about the line of credits. It's your debt to income ratio when you're actually purchasing a home. So what that means is how much money's coming in and how much is going out. And whatever that balance is, that's how much you can actually afford based upon the monthly payment. Also, a compensating factor is your credit score. The higher the credit score is, right, the lower your interest rate is. The lower your interest rate is, the more maximum purchasing power you have. And that purchasing power will actually dictate the total purchasing power at that time. For a pool, how do you get the pool in on this side if it's ready? Okay, so basically a lot of developers now, and that's a good question, a lot of developers now will not let you build a pool while you're actually going through the transaction, financing, or paying cash when they're actually building a home. Some builders will. A lot of builders won't, because number one, if you're financing, your financing department or your financing institution will not allow you to finance until the pool is completely built and filled up with water. So builders will not allow you to do that because number one, they can't close on time. They want to get their money and move off to the next project. So a lot of builders, what they want you to do is build the home first, then you have a pool guy come in and actually dig. But let's just say if you have a house that, and your house is surrounded by other homes, they actually have small little, those bobcats, I think that's what it's called. They'll actually come up and dig. They can actually make it happen. But before you even do that, make sure you send over the permit plans over to a pool guy to see if they can actually build something like that and actually get the permits. That's actually very important. You don't want to buy a home and they can't install a pool. Do you still have that Silverado? Are you talking about that truck? Yeah, man. I love trucks. That's my truck right there. Can you please repeat the 10 multifamily units on an FHA? Okay, so basically what that means is, according to FHA guidelines, okay, you're allowed to buy a single family residence, right? Now, for single family residence, it accounts for what single family residence means for condos, townhomes, detached single family residence, duplexes, triplexes, and a fourplex. That's what we call a single family residence, according to the FHA guidelines. So what I was trying to explain to the young entrepreneur here is that you would utilize it and get an FHA loan, right? So now that you had an FHA loan with a 4-unit, you would live in one, okay? Because when it comes to investing, it's about how much cash comes out of pocket and how much cash is coming back in. And that's what we call ROI, return on investment. So prime example, make it simple. If you put down $100, right, on an investment, but you're getting $10 back, that's a 10% return, okay? Normally on fourplexes, when I was buying fourplexes going into contract, I was getting about an 18% return. It's how fast that money's coming back in, because you want to accumulate as much money as you can, fast as you can, because you want to take that money and deploy it back out into another property. Okay? But when it comes to traditional financing on a single family residence, lenders will only allow you to get up to maximum 10 properties. Okay? So what I'm trying to explain to you is, instead of buying one fourplexes, then buying a house and a house and a house, right? Let's say if you have 10 houses, you're only getting 10 streams of income, versus if you bought 10 fourplexes, that's a total of 40 units. Now you're getting 40 times more. So what you're doing is you're maximizing the income level of what you can actually make. So you're just taking advantage of the situation. But anything past that now becomes commercial at that point, and lenders will tend not to finance you. So just keep that in mind. I get started in obtaining investment properties. I'm 21 and don't know about, it's too fast for me, man. I'm so sorry. Recently found your channel, and I appreciate the video graphics and intro. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks. That was great. You're welcome. Hopefully I answered your question. But guys, I do got to get going. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that you guys want me to continue. This is probably something that we can actually do on a weekly basis. I'll probably get a lender in here. I'm sure you guys probably want to speak to a lender, or maybe we can get a home inspector that we can also speak to as well. But other than that, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much for the support and being a part of the team. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. I'm Chakits with Simply Vegas, and have a blessed day.